Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. Parabolic, this is where we want to see cryptocurrencies go. And I saw this from Ian Northing here on Twitter. This with regards to PayPal CEO, digital currencies are set to go mainstream. Now guys, this is a very, very important part of the cryptocurrency narrative. As we know, cryptocurrencies are already moving very, very fast, or have been in November. We are going to see what December will bring. The XRP chart is looking poised and ready to roll. Same with BTC, right? We are seeing, after this correction, we are seeing BTC trying to climb back to its all-time high, or rather very, very close to its all-time high. So what's December going to bring? This from the PayPal CEO says digital currencies are set to go mainstream. So this is Dan Schulman. He said the use of digital currencies is set to go mainstream as more merchants take a digital-first approach to payments. The entire world is going to come into digital first, Schulman said at the Web Summit conference on Wednesday. Shops are moving to accept payments via smartphones and QR codes. Even in-store, and more customers are starting to use digital wallets, which are natural complements to digital currencies. PayPal announced in October that its customers can buy, sell, and hold cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ether, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin from digital wallets, as well as use the virtual money to shop at the 26 million merchants on its network. So he thinks cryptocurrency is going to go mainstream. And of course, PayPal is set up to be a big factor for that. They have over 300 million customers worldwide. And the fact that they are making it easy so that even grandma can use PayPal to pay with Bitcoin is really going to change the game in a lot of ways. So we've got the CEO of PayPal saying, this is what's going to bring crypto to the masses. We've also got this great news here from the Cryptic Poet. This with regards to more mainstream adoption, but not with any particular currency for payments. This is with regards to VeChain. Customers confirm that VeChain is faster and easier to deploy than IBM Food Trust. So VeChain's America's CEO, Jason Rockwood, was interviewed within the series Humans of Blockchain, part of an initiative of the VeChain 101 website. The series attempts to show the human side of the blockchain industry and contribute to its adoption. Rockwood is responsible for the supervision of VeChain's business and operations in the Americas. Prior to his current position, he served as Chief Information Officer for Oasis Collections and was Vice President of Mobile Strategy and Innovation for the Miami Heat basketball team, among other positions he has held in his career. In response to how he entered the blockchain industry, Rockwood said, "I first got into blockchain via Bitcoin. Way back in 2011, I bought my first Bitcoin at only $10. He gives his story there. Unfortunately, I sold the top $100. I missed the boat on Ethereum, was mining XRP in 2013 when it was only 0.00001 cent, but lost my password. That's a mistake, clearly, because you cannot mine XRP. Maybe he's thinking of another cryptocurrency. He met Sonny Liu, and the rest was history." VeChain's America's CEO also added that the industry is diversifying in terms of the different blockchain solutions offered by companies such as Google, Microsoft, Amazon, IBM, among others. The entire industry benefits from these names getting involved. They give legitimacy and scale to the industry. However, Rockwood believes that VeChain will be one of the behemoths of the future. One of VeChain's biggest challenges in the Americas is that the market is still emerging in several countries. For example, in the United States, many companies have shown interest in VeChain solutions, but are still hesitant to adopt them. And so we have seen this, largely in the Western world. We already have a system that works. I mean, it's not perfect. And of course, blockchain will help make a lot of these processes more efficient. But businesses are not likely to jump on board until something is proven, until they can see a proven strategy and that it will actually affect their bottom line to the upside. Rockwood stated that the IBM Food Trust solution is its biggest competitor. He also thanked IBM because it forces VeChain to raise its standards. In that sense, he stated the following: IBM is almost single-handedly creating the U.S. market demand for enterprise blockchain in supply chain. I'm grateful for that. At the same time, our customers tell us that VeChain toolchain is faster to deploy, easier to understand the business value, and requires less of an upfront investment to get started. So this is setting VeChain up to be a big competitor against IBM in the blockchain as a supply chain mechanism to track foods in some cases and other products. And I don't know if you guys are following VeChain. I recently got into VeChain. So price is looking interesting here, and it has been recently trading at about just over 1.5 cents. For a large part of 2020, VeChain was chugging away under a penny, and now it's at about 1.50 pennies, 0.016 cents for VeChain. VeChain. So we are seeing some upward momentum. VeChain, of course, is benefiting from this crypto market as well. We saw back in the summer, we did see a significant bull run up for VeChain. It didn't do too much over the last month or so, although it did still move. Okay, if we look at the beginning of November up until now, VeChain is up about 88%, 87, 88%. But let's not forget, guys, the big move for VeChain was right back here. It was actually this leg up here when we saw cryptos rise in the summer off that DeFi craze. It did rise already 377%. So VeChain, I see a lot of possibility there. The bigger point is that it is going to be adopted in the real world. It does solve a problem. You know, I always love cryptocurrencies that solve a problem. The real world utility is really what's going to make these cryptocurrencies valuable down the road. And I also saw this guy's originally posted from GALGITRON retweeting out Rohan Gray's tweet. I'd love to hear other intelligent opinions in how you think this will affect the markets should the bill pass. Now, guys, this is with regards to a bill called the Stablecoin Tethering and Bank Licensing Enforcement Stable Act, which would protect customers from the risks posed by emerging digital payment instruments such as Facebook's Libra and other stablecoins currently offered in the market by regulating their issuance and related commercial activities. So we have stablecoins. They are used for a purpose in the market. And if you're a spec trader, which I'm sure a lot of you are, basically if you are trading cryptocurrencies based on speculative moves in the future, you might want to listen to this. Digital currencies whose value is permanently pegged to or stabilized against a conventional currency like the dollar pose new regulatory challenges while also represent a growing source of the market liquidity and credit risk. So the Stable Act would remedy some of those challenges at a time when the beer flu pandemic has exposed numerous barriers to accessing and utilizing mainstream financial institutions, leaving many to look to the financial technology sector to meet the financial servicing needs of low to moderate income consumers for everything from faster direct payment access to loans and even access to bank accounts. LMI consumer vulnerabilities could be exploited and obscured by bad actors looking to issue stable coins like other shadow money issuers in the past. So here are some of the points that the act would address. Require any prospective issuer of a stablecoin to obtain a banking charter. Require that any company offering stablecoin services must follow the appropriate banking regulations under the existing regulatory jurisdictions. Require that any company or bank issuing a stablecoin to notify and obtain approval from the Fed and FDIC and the appropriate banking agency 6 months prior to its issuance and maintain an ongoing analysis of potential systemic impacts and risks. And require that any stablecoin issuers obtain FDIC issuance or otherwise maintain reserves at the Federal Reserve to ensure that all stablecoins can be readily converted into US dollars on demand. So, what does this mean, guys? Well, to me, I look at some of these statements and I think that they are a little bit hypocritical coming from the US government. You know, being able, they're telling Tether and some of these other companies that issue stablecoins that they have to have an amount of stablecoin readily available, to be able to be readily converted into US dollars on demand. Meanwhile, the United States Fed print dollars at will. These measures are put in place so that the end consumer doesn't get hurt, and I understand that because a lot of these companies could take advantage and, based on people's perception of stablecoins as well, they might not understand what they are. So they are trying to put rules in place to be able to regulate this market. Now, what is this going to mean for you and I, guys? Because I don't know about you, but I plan on taking my profits and putting them into a stablecoin, depending on what happens in the market, right? I like to have some money available on the exchange if I'm looking to make a quick trade right away. That said, I don't keep all my cryptocurrency on the exchange. Most of it I have in a Ledger Nano S, cold storage for safekeeping. But if there are more rules that are going to be revolving around stablecoins, how is that going to affect the market? How is that going to affect spec traders? Well, GALGITRON gets into this, and Santiago Valles brings up some good points here. I think the idea of fiat in the DA space is counterproductive over the long term because it's an outlet valve for constructively building ecosystems that are not fiat debt denominated until digital assets have flywheels of utility that make them useful for real world trade. GALGITRON says he agrees, but we're nowhere near that, I'd say. In fact, I think stablecoins are the stepping stone to that inevitability because it brings the value in from the old world to the new. So yes, it is a stepping stone. It is kind of this medium that allows you to feel comfortable putting your real fiat into a stable coin, which is not really a fiat, but it is pegged to a fiat currency. It allows you to feel that stability and still be able to trade cryptocurrencies very, very easily. Santiago Valles responds, in the short term, this is a net negative for the digital asset market because we know a lot of liquidity, particularly in Asia, comes from Tether. This also lends itself to the prospects that regulated stablecoin issuers like CirclePay will want to be the private arm of public-private CBDCs. Agree, smells like this. And then Galgitron brings up another tweet here. Acquiring a banking charter isn't easy, and this bill could kill free market stablecoins and SDR instruments. Only allowing banks to issue stablecoins smells like the banking lobby using political influence to suppress innovation for their own benefit under the guise of virtue. Here's the other thing. CBDCs, obviously, they are basically a stablecoin. They are a cryptocurrency version of a stablecoin. So if you have Tether, for example, and people utilizing Tether, and there's no rules around how much Tether can be printed, where Tether can be bought and sold, well, that could be a blow against government-issued CBDCs down the road. So that was a tweet by Digikeli, and Galgitron just responds, this is my conclusion as well. So some interesting points around this. Ian Northing also posted this article from Decrypt talking about this. And of course, this bill has not passed yet. It was just introduced today. Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib announced the Stablecoin Tethering and Banking Licensing Enforcement Act, which is co-sponsored by Representative Jesus Che García and Representative Stephen Lynch. The proposed bill, which has almost no shot of becoming law, riled up cryptocurrency enthusiasts on Wednesday night. That's because the bill, which takes direct aim at stablecoin companies such as Tether, as well as the SC Curious Facebook, would require any company issuing a stablecoin to have a banking charter and be approved by the Federal Reserve and FDIC. No small feat for digital asset firms. So is this just a measure so that the US government can have more control over the cryptocurrency space? Chances are it is. Luckily for us, we're in a bull run right now, and this law has not been passed. If it will ever be passed, stablecoins are a type of cryptocurrency whose value is pegged to another asset, often the US dollar, obviously. But what will this mean for investors down the road? You know, a lot of liquidity, as mentioned in this tweet thread here, comes from Asia, and in a lot of cases, there are many Asian countries, many Asian people who trade in cryptocurrencies, convert to Tether, and then use that to actually buy US dollars. It's the stable method, if you don't want to actually go back to fiat, to use a stable coin. And if a lot of these get abolished from the market, I think this is going to make spec trading a lot more difficult for you and I, unless there is a readily available replacement like a CBDC put in place at that moment in time. Think about it, guys. If there are no stable coins to transfer your money to, you're going to have to jump from XRP to Bitcoin, for example, and you might not have a choice. Either that or you're going to have to convert to fiat, which may take longer than converting to another type of cryptocurrency. So very loaded question, very interesting question. I got to thank everybody involved with this tweet thread. Of course, Galgitron always bringing the best information to the space, along with Ian Northing for posting this. Something to think about, guys, especially if you are in this for the long term. Perhaps right now, though, you know, XRP is rallying. It's not going to matter. Perhaps we're going to get out of our cryptocurrency positions and never look back. Some of us might stay in this space for a while, continuing to hodl our cryptocurrencies until we experience the real-world utility that will see XRP prices, for example, go upwards of 3 and, dare I say, 4 digits per XRP. Let's not forget, guys, what happened back in 2017. This from Lude XRP on Twitter, retweeting this Tiffany Hayden tweet when XRP surged in 2017. On November 12th, we saw a 19.7 XRP, 0.197 cents. On December 12th, a 37-cent XRP. On December 19th, almost an 80-cent XRP, 79.5 cents. On December 26th, XRP went up to $1.10. On New Year's Eve, XRP went up to $2.35. And by January 4th, 2018, we saw all-time high at $3.84. Which begs the question, are we going to see XRP reach all-time highs by this month? Do you think it'll take until January? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.